So today we're going to talk about homophones. Does anybody know what a homophone is?
No.
Nobody?
Sadly,
What do you think it is?
Is it when
Singular.
is it when one word sounds the same but is spelled differently?
Yes. And what else is different about it? Like if I said...
Do they rhyme?
The meaning.
The meaning's different.
Yes. A homophone is two words that sound the same, but they have different spellings and they mean two different things. So can somebody give me an example of a homophone? Yes, Courtney?
There, and there.
Okay, so that's three. So what are the difference between the three?
Spelling.
Spelling it and the meaning.
So if I said there is a pen, how would you spell that?
T-H-E-R-E.
Very good. And if I said that is their house, how would you spell that?
Ends in IR instead of RE.
Oh, very good. I've never heard that version before. Okay. So we are going to read this book. It's called Dear Dear, and it is a book about homophones. Does anybody want to help read? Okay. My book is damaged. No big deal.
How come?
Got rained on.
And UPS.
Okay. Dear Dear, I now live at the zoo. Wait until you hear what goes on over here. Love, Aunt Ant. The moose loves moose. He ate 8 bowls. Have you seen the ewe? She's been in a daze for days.
I didn't think of that one.
That's him, the horse who's hoarse from humming a hymn. I love
There's
this.
a lot of them.
It's quite a feat when the bat hangs from his feet. The monkey will tell you a tale as he hangs from his tail. The doe needed the dough because she needed the dough. What kind of dough do you think they're talking about when they say she needed the dough?
Money.
Pizza dough.
Would you need money?
Pizza dough.
Very good. Pizza dough.
But could you also need money too to get the pizza?
You could, but would you spell that the same?
No.
How would you spell that?
Like the last
I
one.
was banking off the last one.
Yeah. What other kinds of dough are there?
The bunny.
Just pizza dough?
Cookie dough.
Oh,
Cookie dough?
bread
Good.
dough.
Bread dough. Very good. Okay, moving on. The toad was towed to the top of the seesaw so he could see the sea.
That's a lot.
The whale was allowed to wail aloud. The bear had to pause to bear his big paws. Hey, the elephant threw a pail through the big bale of hay. Have you read about the red fox who blew blue bubbles? The giraffe's long necks let him choose what he choose. The cows in the herd were in a good mood. I heard them as they mooed in harmony. The bee flew away from the flea with the flu. And the bee can be sure that if he had the flea would flee too.
Ow.
That was the lot.
There is no news about the news. They keep to themselves. I don't really know what a new is. Does anybody know what a new is?
It's like a wildebeest.
Any of our
Yeah, it's
farm
like a
girls?
wildebeest.
Okay. Okay. Aunt, you do have some very interesting new neighbors. I have a new neighbor too. Do you know about the hare with no hair? She's an expert on skincare. Love you, dear dear. The end. Did you guys like that book?
Mm-hmm.
Author's
Yeah.
a genius.
So, how can you tell the difference between two homophones? If, like, for instance, on this first page, the moose loves moose. How do you know what M-O-O-S-E means? Any ideas?
Just prior knowledge.
when you say it out loud, they sound different. So that gives you an idea, but I guess I don't know why.
Moose loves moose.
Moose and moose. I guess they sound the same, but spelling is different. Is what I meant to say.
Spelling is different. Yep. If you just used one of them in the sentence, how would you be able to tell which moose we're talking about?
The subject, so that would be the person or the object.
Okay, so you'd have to read the context of the sentence in order to figure out which spelling you're going to use. Okay, good. Okay. Now we are going to go through some flashcards / images.
Yay.
And I'm going to hold them up, and you guys are going to tell me the correct spelling. Okay? So here's our first one. Which spelling do you think this is?
Second.
The second one.
Bottom one? And how do you know that it's that one?
Because the first one is for cooking.
Very good. Because we're talking about a flower that you would smell or see outside. And what's the other kind of flower?
That you cook with?
The cooking one.
Very good. How about this one?
The first one.
First one, how do you know?
Because that's what you always use for bare. The other one is like something
like not
is bare. Like empty.
And this one we're talking about the animal, right? Okay. How about this one?
The second one, because it's a number.
Very good.
The first one means for eating.
For eating jelly beans.
Like she ate jelly beans.
So what does this mean? I mean, when you look at this word, this isn't an object. It's not a thing.
It's a verb.
So that means that homophones don't always have to be objects. It can be a verb or an adjective.
I never thought about that.
How about this one?
The first one.
Yeah.
First one.
How do you know?
One is this.
The second one's supposed to goes on your head.
Very good. Yep, very good. Okay, and our last one.
First one.
How do you know?
Because the second one is when you have more than one of the same thing.
Yeah.
Very good. Like a
me.
pair of shoes.
Like me.
Okay. All right. Well, now we are going to go through our worksheet.
Explain that.
I'll hand out to you guys, and you guys can just do your worksheet. And if you have any questions, let me know. And then at the end, we're going to go through this together. Yes, please write your name at the top.
Do you want us to use two different forms of that word in a sentence?
You can just use
Or just
that,
that
word.
word.
Which one?
What is our last sentence? Homophones? Homophones.
Homophones. So, homophones.
Oh, it's phones. That's not what I thought you said.
What?
Never mind. Just ignore me.
Okay.
Okay.
Is everybody ready to go over it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, so for number 1, Courtney, what'd you get?
Made, the first one.
Could you spell it for me?
M-A-D-E.
Right. The car was made in Canada. And why did you choose that one?
Because the other one is like a maid that cleans stuff.
Yep. Very good. Dustin, what'd you get for number 2?
I got H-E-A-R here.
Right. Did you hear the noise from the race car?
Mhm.
And why'd you choose that one?
Because it's the right answer. Because that's the one where you hear, and the other one's like, where you hear.
One of them, H-E-R-E, is talking about a place.
Yeah.
Right? And
Yeah.
the other one is a verb.
That's how you put it.
Right? Is it a verb? Chelsea, what'd you get for number 3?
I chose I ate popcorn, the one that's A-T-E, because the second one is the number 8, and the first one's a verb, so that means they ate the popcorn.
Very good. And would it make sense to say I ate, like the number
No.
in there? No. Okay. Courtney, number 4?
The wind blew through his on here. B-L-E-W.
Why'd you choose that?
Because the wind blew the color through his hair does not make any sense, and that's color.
Good job. Number 5?
The winner was given a flower. F-L-O-W-E-R. That's the first one's a thing you make with food.
Mm-hmm. And would it make sense to give somebody a bag of flour if they won a race?
If they
No.
wanted it.
So you would choose
Depending on the
the
event.
flour that you smell.
No.
Number 6, Chelsea?
He was wearing a pair of shoes. The first one, because the second one he'd be wearing a pair of fruit on his feet. So
15
the
minutes.
second, or so I would pick the first one because that means 2 of.
Very good. Okay. Courtney, what did you put for your first sentence?
I know how to spell.
Yeah.
I did.
And why did you, how come that no works in that sentence?
Because that no is saying you can do something pretty much.
Okay.
Or like you know of something, where the
How
other
would
no is
you-
you can't.
And how would you spell the other no?
N-O.
Very good. Dustin?